I've been telling you we would be sailing soon, and yes we will. Meanwhile, me and Galopin live here. It's a busy port with ferries and cargoes coming in and out. You can hear the rumble of their engines churning and propellers echoing through the sea below as they maneuver their approach and departures. It sometimes wakes you up at night. At times they seem awfully close, and a few times the police has asked some of us to move and make room for them. So you move a little to the starboard or astern. Then there are these gallant yachts who glide the open oceans, whom have to be able to maneuver out to the open ocean, which seems to be challenging for the captain and his bow thrusters. Meanwhile, my two main Genoa winches are gunked with grimy dust and salt. Servicing winches is as laboring as this yacht trying to lift anchor. But they have spiffy electric winches and an attractive Italian crew to do the maintenance. Me, I just need a pair of needle-nose pliers and a bit of oomph to get to the gears inside. They're still having problems. This is the easy part for me. Ouch, doesn't look so good back there. That's my friend Lewis's boat, but they got big fenders. Ooh, almost lost a screw. Must be karma. Be nice, Alex. Almost out. I do respect the skipper of that big boat. Wouldn't want to be in his boat shoes. And I'm happy with the simplicity and ease of my Galopin. Even servicing these winches is straightforward. It's just messy and greasy. I use diesel to clean the bearings and all. This time I've decided to apply less winch grease, with the idea in mind that less salt and dust will accumulate in there. Ciao, super yacht. Enjoy the Mediterranean sailing season. We'll be going soon too, but first let me introduce you to two new friends of mine in Cabo Verde.
I came from Germany, northern Germany. I started last year in end of June, and well, so by myself, solo, single-handed, down till Gambia. Was 3 months in Gambia, and in the end of February I arrived in Cabo Verde itself. And no, since then I'm here. Gambia was a great experience, absolutely great experience. It's hot. For me it's too hot, the weather. So we had to go up river and had about 40 degrees. But it was an amazing landscape and a lot of animals. We saw hippos, we saw crocodiles, monkeys. Cape Verde is also a nice place. So it's it's beautiful. Yeah, maybe because of COVID, it's not so touristic. So it's really original. The people are very heartily and open, and the girls are beautiful. We talk about. Yeah. My planning for the future is I'm waiting now for the end of the hurricane season in our middle or end of November, and then I want to cross to the Caribbean. In the coming weeks I want to visit the other islands, Boa Vista, Mayo, so for 3 weeks, 3 weeks maybe, and then I'm coming here and hope, I guess, a visit from other friends, and my daughter is coming maybe. And no, I guess the time goes by very fast. Suddenly we have November, and I have to get ready for the crossing.
Okay.
3 weeks sailing. Yeah.
I asked Thomas if he had heard heavy metal music here.
Here in Cabo Verde?
Yeah.
No, nothing. Nowhere. So, the Cabo Verdeans here have great musicians, really good musicians, but I never hear heavy metal or punk rock or whatever. So they always play this typical Cabo Verdean sound. But it's a great mixture from different cultures.
Yeah.
So I love it very much.
Cool.
So, but to be honest, I'm missing a little bit the good old punk rock.
Bought this boat, my big love, in 2010, but I still had to work. So my son Martin was asking, "Hey Dad, can I take your boat and sail around the world?" And after a short thinking, I said, "Okay, do so." So he took my Ivalu and sailed around the world for 3 years. And when he came back, I restored everything, I made everything new. And finally I could finish my work in 2018. Then I prepared because I wanted to sail around the world by myself. But during that time my son got married, and he and his wife, they bought a little boat called Arakanga. And with this boat they started sailing, and they went from Germany down to the Gambia. And when they have been there, they were writing and telling us about this beauty of this country. And then they decided to make a surprise visit home in Germany. So they came home, and surprise, surprise, we're here. And they wanted to go back after 2 weeks, but then Ricky, so Martin's wife, she became sick. She had something with her ears and she had to go to the hospital, and the doctor said it's not the best time to go back. And then they found out, oops, she's pregnant. So then they decided, okay, let's wait until the baby is there, and then we'll go back to the boat. When the baby was there, Corona came, and they couldn't go back to their boat. So I said, hey, let's make a deal. Let's take Ivalu and sail down to the Gambia where your boat is, and you can go on your boat and I will continue on my boat. So that's what we did. We started in Hamburg, down Netherlands, France, Spain, Portugal, to the Canarian Islands, and from the Canarian Islands we came directly to the Gambia. And for me, Gambia was one of the most beautiful places I have ever seen in my life, and I want to go back there. Yeah, so Martin and his little family, they left with their little boat Arakanga to the Caribbean, and I had some programs in the Gambia and I couldn't leave because I wanted to finish these programs. After I finished, we wanted to go also to the Caribbean. I had a friend from Great Britain and a Spanish friend, and the three of us, we wanted to cross. But, well, we were followed by a lot of bad luck during this trip. First of all, we lost a lot of fresh water, but that wasn't that bad. We calculated it and that should be more than enough to cross. But some hours later, my life raft fell off the railing. I don't know how it happened, it just fell off. So then we decided without life raft it would be not good to cross the Atlantic. So we looked on the map and we said, okay, let's go to Cape Verdean Islands and buy a new life raft over there, and then we can continue. So we changed our course, and I didn't read anything about Cape Verdean Islands because it was never on my plan to go there. So we took the first island and we saw that it was also an island where we could check in the main city in Praia. We came to Praia, we checked in, but I didn't know that Praia was that dangerous. So the first night, well, we were not lucky again. 3 people came on board during the night and they robbed us everything we had, all our electronic stuff, and they went through the boat like through a supermarket and took everything. Then I decided, okay, I will sail to Mindelo because I know Thomas, a very good friend of mine, who is with his boat next to mine. I knew that he was in Mindelo, and I was talking to him on the phone and he said, hey, come to Mindelo, it's a nice place. So now I'm here in Mindelo, waiting for the stuff that I have ordered to get my equipment back again. And then, I want to go back to the Gambia, because Gambia was a little paradise for me. I want to spend the time after the rainy season there, and maybe January, February. Then I want to cross to the Caribbean to see my son and his little family again. Yeah, so that's about my story.
So there, you heard 2 more sailor stories, and here's another. Not so much a story, but a demonstration as how to eat a mango Cape Verdean style. And who better to do that than lovely Wendy? Me, I usually cover it up with a knife to get rid of the peel, but that's not the way to do it here. Just watch.
There's no telling what you and me creating. We're on the same wavelength. Feel the beat tonight, something good inside. Set you free, let you lose all track of time. Come on, have a conversation. Don't treat me like a stranger. You give me motivation, make my life vacation. When we are together, I surrender. Give you all my money, make you look so lovely. Never feeling lonely. Baby girl, you're so fine, I can't get you off my mind. Ooh, girl, nah, nah.
I wish I could take these 2 with me on my next journey, but it's just too complicated. Well, maybe someone else will come out there with me.
You're my island, tray of diamonds. It was fake, help me find you. You're a blessing, reminiscent of the time when I found myself guessing. Feel the beat tonight, something good inside. Set you free, let you lose all track of time. Come on, have a conversation. Don't treat me like a stranger. You give me motivation, make my life vacation. When we are together, I surrender. Give you all my money, make you look so lovely. Never feeling lonely. Baby girl, you're so fine, I can't get you off my mind. Ooh girl, nah nah. Ooh girl, nah nah. Baby girl, don't need to flex. Dance to the rhythm and you do all the rest. Ooh girl, nah nah. Ooh girl, nah nah.
It was great to have you along on this voyage. Give this a thumbs up and subscribe if you enjoyed this series. Me and Galopin promise you a good time every Wednesday, so welcome aboard.
Back we go.